So hi everyone, I'm Rabbi Abbi Sharofsky, the Director of Intergroup Relations for the JCRC of Greater Washington. Thanks for joining us. I'm here today with Ali Rosenblatt. She is a legislative assistant for the Religious Action Center of the Reform Movement, also known as the RAC. Thanks, Ali. I'm really glad that you could join us. We are going to talk a little bit about Census 2020 and what the RAC is doing in relation to it. What's the census? Why does this matter to us?
The census is every 10 years, the government, it is in the Constitution, takes account of all the people. So we know how to divvy funds, divvy representation. It's important in the American context because after the count's over, the government uses the enumeration, however many people there are, and the distribution of the population across the country to divvy up seats in Congress. So this impacts your representation. There's also a lot of money at stake. There's 132 government programs that used information from the 2010 census to allocate over $675 billion in funds. In the 2010 census, it's estimated that 2.2 million children under 5 were missed. 2.1% of the whole Black population in the country was missed. 700,000 Hispanics, and nearly 5% of Native Americans. So populations that are already vulnerable in our country are being hit hardest by being missed by the census.
I know right now our minds are not on census. Why does it still matter? And what kind of adjustments are being made?
If you look online, you could see how many people are responding now versus how many people responded in 2010. The percentages of people in the country responding are drastically lower right now. But the important thing is, and the light at the end of the tunnel is that it's never been easier to respond on your own. So you don't need to put your health at risk to respond to the census. You could respond online, over the phone in over 13 different languages, and by mail.
I know we got our census stuff in the mail, opened it up right away, and my son and I, he's 8.5, we went on and we filled it out, and he thought it was really cool. It kind of was to go on and to know that you're part of this really big thing. It's really easy. It took us, 5-10 minutes total.
10 minutes to be counted, and that's so important. And one other thing to address with regards to the adjustments that are going on, if you have college students at home, if you are a college student yourself, it's very important to still be counted in the college town that you spend the majority of your year in. If you are a student that lives on campus, you should be counted on campus, even if you've been temporarily displaced back home.
So what can we do right now to get out the count? I love that term.
Ways to engage your community to get out the count right now. First and foremost, fill out your own census. 2020census.gov takes less than 10 minutes, as you've heard. So easy to fill out. And make sure you're doing that as well as encouraging others to do so as well. We've been working alongside a key partner in this, Faith in Public Life. They've brought together a group of faith-based organizations to work on the census. The hashtag they've been using is Faithful Census, talking about our united faithful imperative to fill it out, whether the Jewish tradition, Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, etc. Some ideas of how you can bring this to your community. You can incorporate the census into future sermons at your congregations and remind people to fill it out at any upcoming events you're hosting. Whether it is about the census or not, make sure to carve out some time to remind people of this important thing, a once in 10-year opportunity that's going on right now. And this upcoming weekend is actually Census Sabbath weekend, March 27th to March 29th, leading up to Census Day, April 1st.
We understand why this is important. My 2 Minutes of Torah this week, I used the faith-based materials that you referenced just before and was able to draw some really wonderful ideas from there. There are any questions. We're definitely available. I know the RAC is available to make sure that this is something that we all understand and can really participate in.
And 2 other ideas for upcoming events you can do with any group you're a part of. You can invite a representative from the Census Bureau's regional offices to speak with your congregation, with your group, virtually, of course, to just share some more information about why the census is important, the adjustments being made, and how you can get involved more actively. And additionally, similar to getting out the vote efforts, you can text and phone bank to get out the count as well through a variety of different organizations there.
Thank you so much for taking time with us, for participating in this first 2 Minutes of Torah discussion. questions. Thank you. For everyone, there will be links below. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the JCRC. We're happy to connect you with more information at the RAC. You can go to the RAC site directly as well. And Shabbat Shalom. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you for having me, Rabbi.